Patriots Jets. This wasn't a game that was supposed to be entertaining. We expected it to be pretty much a Patriots dominating game. Mike Vrabel, Drake May, Travion Henderson, everybody. You're at home. You're facing the dysfunctional Jets, Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields. And of course, they get the W. But when I really watched this game, this was my one takeaway. And the more I watch this kid, I'm starting to eat crow. You know I'm a Duke fan. Y'all get this. I'm a Duke fan, ride or die. I'm from the Carolinas. I despise North Carolina Tar Heels. I despise them with a passion. And when Drake May was coming out, I was really skeptical when they came out with the mock drafts and they were like, Drake May's a top 3 draft prospect at the quarterback position. I'm like, what has everybody been watching? Because when I watched Drake May in college, I was like, I didn't see a future starting quarterback in the NFL for a franchise quarterback in the NFL. But have I ate crow? Watching Drake May on Thursday night, which, like I said, I've talked about him the last couple of weeks, but man, I gotta say, Drake May's an absolute fascinating watch. He's on time. He has great pocket presence, and he can flat out throw the football. This is credit to Josh McDaniel. Josh McDaniel was the reason behind the success of Tom Brady. He's had a couple run at a head coaching job. He's been with the Broncos. He's been with the Raiders. Those jobs never turned out. But my Lord, can this man call some plays offensively as the offensive coordinator of a ball club? Like, this man should never, and I heard John Middlecoff say this man should never get another head coaching job. That is not a knock against him, but this dude knows how to call an offense, establish and set and design an offense around a young quarterback, and even probably any quarterback in general, and help make that young quarterback flourish. He done that with Tom Brady, and he is doing that with Drake May. He has Drake May from last year and this year is just completely different. Josh McDaniel was literally revolutionized Drake May in front of our eyes. It is, when you saw the plethora of examples throughout this game, it's stuff that Drake May's doing that I didn't see at Carolina. It's what I didn't see last year when he played. There were plenty of moments Thursday night where Drake May's just maneuvering the pocket, trusting his feet, not he's keeping his eyes down the field in the pocket. It's like, wow. Because we know the rookie quarterbacks nowadays, most of them are not able to maneuver the pocket like Drake May was. The first thing and the first instinct they have is to run out of the pocket and make a play. Drake May stood in the pocket, stayed in the pocket, maneuvered the pocket, kept his eyes downfield, and was throwing darts. And when he needed to run, he's able to run. But Drake May is literally your throwback quarterback. He will sit in the pocket. He does not want to run. He will run if he has to. But I feel like, Drake May was running last year and earlier on this year, but I feel like Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniel's been in the meetings like, hey, you need to protect yourself a little bit more out there. Drake May's had a couple concussions this year, and we saw it on Thursday night. Drake May was sliding a whole lot more. He really didn't take no shots. Drake May, he's just a fascinating watch. It felt like all night for the Patriots. It felt like the game wasn't even close because the game was literally a one-score game going into the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, or late in the third quarter. It was a one-score game at one point in the second half. And even then, it just felt like the Patriots were up 3 scores. It didn't feel close. It just felt like the Patriots, Drake May, the defense, they felt like they had full control of that game in each aspects. In this New England Patriot team, they feel like a team that can win it either way. They can play good defense when they need to. They can play good offense when they need to. They're super disciplined. The discipline between a Mike Vrabel team and an Aaron Glenn team was on full display on Thursday. Like, it's not even close. You can tell that just the culture that Mike Vrabel has set in comparison to the Jets, it's like they saw many clips of, there was like a little fight or whatever. There was in a sportsmanlike conduct penalty by number 66 on the Jets. And, Mike Vrabel was looking at the sideline and they got a picture of him doing this. Like, these guys are just super disciplined. And it's just literally fascinating to see how the dysfunction of the Jets has lasted for decades. And in a span of 5 years, after the absence of Tom Brady, the Kraft family and everybody was just able to flip the script just like that. When we all thought that this may be the time where the New England Patriots might be on the cliff, as our good friend Max Kellerman used to say on ESPN. But now, I mean, I don't want to say this, but it kind of feels like the Patriots are back. I love Mike Vrabel. And this team is so good. They have the opportunity to get to 1 seed, and they're not even they don't have their roster's okay, but it's not loaded. Offensively, you have I won't say washed down, but we have a Stephon Diggs who's in the latter part of his prime. In a couple years, he might be already out of his prime, arguably. Your number 2 receiver is Mac Hollins. He's a good wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 4 on any other roster. You got a stud rookie in Travion Henderson. Offensive line is pretty decent. And even from the defensive side of the ball, like, they don't have this defensive player outside of Gonzalez that you're sitting there like, oh, that man is an absolute game wrecker. They just play absolute complimentary football. And that is a scary part about this team. If they are able going into next season as well, continue to bank on these free agents. They got Milton Williams from the Eagles in the offseason at defensive tackle, even though he got hurt in that game. But hopefully he looks like he's going to be ready to be back. But if they can continue to hit on some free agents, man, this team is going to be phenomenal for years to come. And we're just going to hit on the Jets just really quick. There's not much to say. The Jets are just pure T-bad. They were super undisciplined, like I just described earlier, given they are a Aaron Glenn-led team. That is something that we are not accustomed to seeing with a team like Aaron Glenn. Granted, this is his first stint as a head coach, but when he's coming from a Dan Campbell culture, and he was the defensive coordinator for Dan Campbell, and that team was disciplined, organized, and they played gritty. That is not the Jets. They look lifeless on defense, which is Aaron Glenn's side of the ball. The DBs, they got called for illegal touching, illegal contact, holding. It seemed like every drive. I mean, they just look bad. The offense is bad. Justin Fields is a mixed bag. Just when they walked down the field during the first drive of the game for the Jets, I was sitting there like, that ain't going to last. And of course it didn't. And I have a buddy that's one of my coworkers, he's not my coworker. He's actually my boss for my internship at school. And he's a Jets fan. And we talked last night. He's like, man, you know what? I kind of felt like we had a little something going on there after we scored in that first drive. I was like, dude, no. You have Justin Fields at quarterback. He's a mixed bag. Your corners are awful. Your defense cannot cover anybody. Nobody flashed on my screen except for Quincy Williams' brother. Quincy Williams is his brother's name. Quentin Williams' brother, Quincy Williams, at the linebacker position. He was the only one that popped off of my screen. Breece Hall on offense, one-trick pony. Adonai Mitchell, I don't know what's wrong with him. It seems like ever since that moment he had with the Colts where he dropped the ball in the end zone, he's forgot how to play football. He had many drops yesterday. Justin Fields was not hitting a lot of throws. That one back shoulder throw that he threw to Adonai Mitchell there at the end of the first half, just off target. Got to give him a better ball. It's just the Jets are bad. There's not more that you can really take away from that game. The Patriots are good. They are a force to be reckoned with. And it's going to be very, very exciting to see where they go in the future. Just a fascinating team all around.